Hello everyone, if you like the content of this channel, feel free to subscribe in order to have our next videos. In this video I will tell you everything that you need to know about the new patch 2.4 on Diablo 2 Resurrected. I made this video a bit different as usual. For this one I will give you the new meta for each class, runewords, mercenary, sets and so on, and you will have everything that you need to know on this patch. Before going in details, you need to know that this patch is for everyone, whether you are on console, on PC, on online or solo player, you have been patched. The only difference for the upcoming ladder is that the new runewords will be added, otherwise all the modifications that I will describe are already in place, meaning of course in your existing characters. I will start with the Java zone, and the melee physical Java spells are, even if they have been buffing, they are not very good, so it's a C rank. It's the same for the spell which reduce the defense and decrease missile damage. They are okay, you can put 1 point on it, but that's it. On B rank you got the new poison Java, the fire arrows and the cold arrows, which are a good starting build. Now the physical arrows have been buffed because they receive a synergy and they are very powerful if you have a good equipment. Don't forget to put 1 point in every dodge because now they don't interrupt your attack, so it's very great to play them. The light Java zone is still the top with the S rank because you will have a lot of damage without a need to have a very good equipment. The Blade Ninja have been buffed, but you still need a decent equipment in order to have the good damage, so that's why it's a B rank, and the traps are okay. The lightning one is still better than the fire one, but the fire one is a bit easier to level with, so that's why I both ranked them on A rank. My top is the new martial art assassin, which is very fun and very powerful. You got a lot of types of damage and you can easily do the full L with this new martial art. For the Barbarian, the idea was good to have a totem which increases the damage received by your enemies, but it's very painful to use, so that's why I ranked it at C, and the jumps demands too many points. You need to keep your points as the Barbar to put them in the other skills, especially the battle orders which are at S rank. Otherwise the throwing is good, but I still find that wearing is above these skills. Whether you choose fire physical or cold physical, your Druid elementalist will be very powerful. The wolf has been buffed and is okay, but the bear is still a bit below the wolf because of its lack of speed clear. I also spent many time on the new summoning druid, and unfortunately it's not that good because you will need a very good equipment, and even if you manage to have this equipment you still have average damage, so it's not a very good build. The Necromancer is a bit different from the other character because it's very well balanced whether you choose poison, bone or summoning. You can now play match skeleton, and these three builds are very good to play. The only thing about the golem is that you will still stay on clay golem for the PvP and iron golem for the PvE with insight on him. The Paladin received also a lot of modification, but we still have the armor build at the top of the rank. You can now play Fist of Heaven in PvE, it's very strong especially in the Chaos Sanctuary, or you can go to Smiters for the Uber. After that you have the Zealot and the Fire Aura one. The Fire Aura is good to leveling, but after that if you want to have a Dragon Paladin you will need a lot of equipment, that's why I ranked it B. Avenger has not been touched by the patch and remain at the C rank. Let's finish with the last class, the Sorceress. They made modification to Ice and Lightning Nova to the Fire branch of the Sorceress, and it's okay to play them, but it's still not very good. Hydra is much more powerful, even if they went from 3 to 5% and back to 5 to 3%, it's still very strong to play. You have the Lightning Sorceress for the endgame farm and the Blizzard or Frozen Orb, which are the best spells of the Sorceress in my opinion. For the Mercenary, even if they buffed a lot the other, the top of the top remains the Act 2 Mercenary because you have this base aura. You can also think of the Barbarian, especially now that they add a Frenzy Barb which can use 2 times a one-hand weapon. So if you think for example of 2 plagues. And the Act 1 is okay, but a bit like the Act 2, but I think less powerful, and for the accessory you can have some nice buff with this mage, but remain still a bit less powerful than the other one. So I made some digging and I found 4 sets which are very interesting. The first one is Arcana, it's a leveling set, and you will have skills and mana. After that, the Bulkatos, so it's the 2 swords for the Barbarian, have been buffed and they are quite interesting. You also need to keep in mind the Nage vestige because you will have a lot of life and some magic find, so it's very interesting to have this one. And the last one is the Zazabi, which gives you damage reduce, so it's good to have this 16% of damage reduce. I also wanted to give you the new areas to farm in level 85, and especially the ones that you need to keep in mind is the area just before Trevinkle, because everything there below the ground is at level 85. You can also think of Act 5, because if you are bored of farming the first act, you can move now to the Act 5. If you wish to fight Diablo, you need to know that now the search setting is made by the region and not sub-server. So it will be much more easier to find him, and you will have a notification once the Uber Diablo, the clone, is near your location. I will finish this video with the new runewords, so keep in mind that you can only do them in the new ladder that will be coming on the 28th of April. The first one is Mist. It's okay, it's a bit cheaper than Pride, but I think Pride with Might on the Mercenary Act 2 or even Infinity, it remains more powerful. Unbinding Wheels for the fighters is a very strong rune word which doesn't need a lot of good runes, so you need absolutely to keep this rune word in mind. Obsession is okay on a staff, so we can now start looking for a good staff for the Sorceress and put Obsession in it. Flickering Flame will be the new rune word for the Druid. If you are a Fire Druid, you put this in a good pelt to have the great buff. Wisdom is not very good, you will just have 33% of chance to perforate with attack, so it's not that good and you don't need to keep it in mind. The Plague rune word will help you cast lower resist on your Mercenary Act 5, so it's a good weapon for this merc. And the last one is Pattern, which is a great rune word for Assassin for the leveling, because it will give you a lot of statistics and damage. Thanks for watching the video, I hope you like the content and that the patch 2.4 is now very clear for you. If you have any question, feel free to comment this video.